Good afternoon. Since there are like only like 2 of you, I hope you don't mind if I would like request you to switch on your cam so that somehow we could see each other. Hi, Ma'am Warley. Actually, Ma'am, I asked you to switch on your cam because I'm not sure if babae or lalaki because of the name alone. So to be sure that I'll be able to address you correctly, that's why I did ask for the webcam to be switched on.
It's okay, Ma'am
Good
Joy.
afternoon po. Hello.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Joy.
From where are you located right now, Ma'am Warley?
Cagayan de Oro.
Okay. So Bisaya.
Yeah, Bisaya mi, Ma'am.
Cagayan de Oro.
Cagayan de Oro. Yes, Cagayan de Oro City. Pilgrim Christian College.
Okay. So Bisaya. We
Parihamin duha, ma'am.
Parihamin duha.
Parihamin duha.
Kauban ni.
I'm also from Pilgrim Christian College.
Ma'am,
sorry, I'm using the old laptop, so I cannot. Sorry, ma'am, I'm using the old laptop, so I don't have camera in my laptop right now.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So at least Bisaya. How's the weather there? Here in Dumaguete, it's gloomy and drizzles every now and then. Plus, we have like power outage every now and then.
Dito rin, gloomy.
Pero wala pa gaulan, ma'am.
Wala pa.
Hapit na.
Kaulanon pa.
Kaulanon pa. So we are now on the last week. So far, so good ang training, ma'am.
Yeah, okay na.
Successive top performer si Ma'am Warley, ma'am.
Oh, wow! Maka-receive yun is Ma'am Warley
for 3 times.
Ay, yung niya po. Lagi ni special citations, Ma'am Warley, di ay.
Wow!
3 weeks naman, ma'am.
Ma'am Joy.
Ma'am. Diba?
Ma'am Joy, apila pod mi, bahalag ka sa ikasala minuta performer, apila pod mi para among ipa-frame.
Uy, top yapon si Ma'am Ann. Top performer for ang second week.
Sige. Bitaw. You've recognized already as top performer, so let's see in the culmination what would be like the equivalent, acknowledgements and extra, with that. Anyway, we are here this afternoon, but I will ask first the specialist sila sorry.
Preempt.
Lagi, so succeeding na gyud di ay ma'am ha. So grabe si Ma'am Warley naninuod jud maayo di ay.
Naninuod din ma'am.
Bisag 100 ako atong nangagi ma'am.
100 ba po diya ha, pero
paspas kayo, napay taga Davao, paspas kayo. Best magud na siya. Best na siya sa among kuan, maike na siya sa Infotech. Maike na siya sa mga
are you handling, ma'am? College or basic ed?
College, ma'am. Kami duha college. Dr. ng Batak is our dean in School of Arts and Sciences. Ako, I'm the librarian at the same time handling TTL.
TTL. Teaching and
Yes,
sa education?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Here in Siliman, I also handle TTL together with, I know you're familiar with Alfie Arcelo. So
Yes,
in
ma'am.
Siliman, the two of us, like, we take turns, but lately, she's the one handling it, the TTL class. It's a very nice class. So you're both from the College of Education?
No,
Ako
I'm
po,
from the School of Arts. Kami duha, School of Arts. Ano man na siya? Kanang, unsay tawag sa imo, Ma'am War? International.
International is si ma'am.
Yes.
Kaya na
grabe siya
handling
dapat.
education and
Brilliant.
subject.
Okay. Sige. It's nice, at least mga Bisaya. Abi na ko ma, mag-nosebleed ko karon o kinagalog.
Lagi kay nabe, oy, basig man na to karon silang sardines. Awa
O
man
kato
sila.
na may pero I was like a facilitator also in week 5. Then si Sir Alec to ako ang kawagawan on one lang yun me, and then Tagalog pa siya, so nag-nosebleed ko. Anyway, good afternoon, and our topic is educational data mining, big data, and analytics. Now, let me ask the two of you, since only the two of you are here, were you able to like see the materials uploaded in our classroom already?
Kuan pa
Yes.
ma'am biya pag di ko taman. Ma'am, taman pa ko sa big data.
Big data. Okay.
Yes. Wala pa ko sa analytics, analytic tools. Hapit na.
Kapit na.
Big data pa ko taman, ma'am.
Okay. So like educational data mining, actually data mining has long been like an innovation in the in my field, because I belong to the College of Computer Studies. So data mining is one of the latest trends. What makes our discussion unique now is this is more focused on educational data mining. So with the advent of technology, there's a lot of data that is like being shared every day together with the technology, especially now that we are into online or flexible learning. So these three actually, 1 hour is not enough to thoroughly discuss each one. But like data mining alone, that's a very huge or broad topic to talk about. But I will not be discussing on the technicalities of this, because the intention here is more on like what data mining is and what we could do. So if Ma'am Warley said na siyas big data, I assume nakakita na mo itong data mining video. So what it really is. Oo. So atong focus karon is, so murag with the technology and the internet, every day without us knowing it, we are contributing to the volume of data being shared, di ba, in the sa cyberspace. So we have data mining, and this came into being because of big data. And of course, if you remember, napamanday mo ko, napakaskoan ma'am di ay no sa katong big data pa.
Big
So
data
big
pa
data
ko.
is the reality right now. And then of course, for it to be useful, we have to do analytics with it. So more related na gini silang tulo. So wait,
Kadayon lang ma'am, balag wala pa ko ka kita.
sige na ma'am.
Lagi.
Napakakita. Sige, I'll just
Sige
alam
lang.
na lang, and then or maybe you already
Okay
have
lang.
like questions in mind, or you do have concerns already. Ma'am, masabta na ba akong video?
Sabtan man ma'am. Sada man pa pagka-explain.
Yes, ma'am.
Ganahan ko sa imong infographics.
Oh, salamat ma'am. Kaya diba, ako po mismo. Yes, Ma'am Marley.
Ingon na ako magbuhat ma'am Bibo.
Kaya ako sa mismo, when I like, right now, I'm also enrolled in further studies. Gusto kayo ko mo critic anang, boring mo siya. Why ka na murag, di ba? Murag, of course, nata sa balay. It's too difficult to really have the focus. So, murag, we have to like, of course, gamify it. Na malingaw po ta maglantaw, mainganyo sa not unless we're really into the topic. Then, I'm not really more into words yun. Kasi ganahan ako ganang, puro na siya, images. Pero, think kay ano man. So, kita na mo, ani, ma'am. Ikaw, ma'am ng batak?
Ma'am Ann. Ma'am Ann.
Ma'am Ann ng batak. Di ay ni Ann ng batak.
Ann.
Opo, ma'am.
Okay, so you've seen this one already also.
Wala. Pagkatupang duha ka topics akong na-open.
Okay.
Kailang ma'am,
Sige.
kan lang.
Ato i-play na lang para.
Sige.
Yes.
What is data mining? A technology to enable data exploration, Data analysis and data visualization of very large databases
bandit
and
sila
high
tulo.
level of abstraction. What is the purpose of data mining? Data mining helps analysts to recognize significant facts, relationships, trends, patterns which might go unnoticed otherwise. Why data mining is needed. Too much data and too little information. There is a need to extract useful information from the data and to interpret the data. What are the data mining tools? Oracle Data Mining, Orange, IBM, Teradata, RapidMiner. Where data mining is applicable. In banks, data mining is used for fraud detection. By analyzing past transactions that were later determined to be fraudulent, banks can identify patterns. Card marketing by identifying customers, segment card issuers, and improve profitability with more effective acquisition. Cardholder and profitability card issuers can take advantage of data mining technology to price their product and maximize their profit. Predictive lifecycle management data mining help bank to predict each customer's lifetime value and to provide service to each segment. In telecommunication, data mining is used for call detail record analysis by identifying customer similar used patterns. Company can develop attractive pricing and feature promotion. Customer loyalty data mining help to identify the characteristic of customer who are likely to remain loyal. Upselling in data mining. Upselling is used to encourage customer purchase. Cross-selling in data mining. Cross-selling is a strategy that pushes new products to current customers based on their past purchases. In retail, data mining is used for performing basket analysis to know which item customer tend to purchase together. This can improve stocking and promotion. Sales forecasting is used for forecast the sale, like if a customer purchases an item today, when are they likely to purchase a complementary item. Database marketing can develop profile of customers with certain behavior. Merchandise planning and allocation is used to improve merchandise planning and allocation by examining pattern in stores with similar demographic characteristics.
So based on that, man, the example is more on like its application in business and telecommunication. My topic now is like how we could make use of data mining technologies in education. So sa ato, especially karon that we are into ODL, it's very important for us to like profile our students and then somehow make use of the data that they do share for us to gauge their performance and a lot of stuff. Yeah. So our focus. Okay akong audio, ma'am? Audible enough ka?
Ma'am, ha?
Nag-echo?
Kaya
May
man,
otro, ma'am.
Okay na.
kaya na.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sige, so especially that if like we are in the academy, diba, we are required to like publish, we are required to go into research. This is actually a very good avenue to do it, educational data mining. So actually there is an organization already that is the Educational Data Mining Organization. So this is not really an old field compared to data mining. It's like it started 2007. So with the boom of big data, there's also like a focus now to go into educational data mining. So educational data mining is of course more on the techniques and tools that we could use for us to be able to like make use of the data in the academic setting. So pareha siyang idea with what was the video all about data mining. But this time lang, what makes it different is the data that we're going to mine is, of course, data related to the following stakeholders: students, ang faculty. So balik itong mga stakeholders within an academic setting or institution. So if, of course, prior to educational data mining, data mining daan, and there are already problems and techniques. So if this is the data mining problem, what could possibly be a technique that could be used for this? Then based on that, we could apply it in the educational setup. So this is very helpful, especially that I think in any educational institution, we are after the performance of our student. That's our main goal, yun, di ba? We would want to know how they are performing, and even not only with while the time they are with us and even after. And also, it's usually our goal to guide and help our students be successful in their respective careers once they leave us. Diba? So, especially right now that everything is done mostly online because of the pandemic, this is a very good field, or there are a lot of tools that we could use to somehow profile our students. So I have here, I will not be, that's why I said earlier that these three topics alone, like educational data mining, big data, and analytics, are huge topics that could not be discussed intensively in just an hour.
1
That was
hour.
like, because as facilitators, we're given an hour to present or discuss about the topic. So my approach na lang is to somehow relate these three into the application in the academe. So it's like more than a bird's eye view of what it really is all about. But discussing each, I would tell you like kulang ra gyud ang 1 hour. So munang murag kuana ni siya, it's more on like let's get to know and how and why these three are being considered as emerging innovation in education. So in terms, because I said that because, for example, the techniques alone, there are lots of techniques that we could apply with a data mining problem. So each technique, if you really would want to get know each, daghan po na sila kaayo. So my suggestion na lang is if you would really want to go to this for research purposes, get to know na lang, it's important that you are aware that this is a data mining problem, and you are also aware that these are proven techniques that could address this particular data mining problem. And when the time comes, that's where you get to know more about that specific technique. So at least mas focus siya rather than know everything. At least we are aware that if this is the problem, these are the possible techniques that we could use. But if you really want to dig deeper based on what we need, or like the data that we would want to be analyzed with, then that's the time you have to look more into that particular technique. So in terms of classic data mining problems, these are the usual and the common problems. We have classification, predictive modeling, clustering, by-clustering, frequent pattern mining, emerging pattern mining, collaborative filtering, and recommendation, and visual analytics. So my topic is closely related to the topic tomorrow, or topic 3, which is all about educational data visualization. So we may not be knowing it. Our students are actually every day in our class, they are giving us a lot of data. It's now up to us how we could get the value of that data that they are feeding us or like sharing to us. Because I have noticed with the millennials now, they are not really that particular in terms of data privacy. They usually voluntarily give out data. Yeah, I think that's one thing. Because I think the reason for that, because they're into social media. So they think that we're unlike us, like ako, I do have a Facebook account, but I'm not really into like posting everything in Facebook. Because I know that's, I have noticed ang mga young girl, even their IDs, kanang mga passport, more easy ra kayo nila pakita or i-post, which should not really be the case. So my point is, with that mentality, daghan kini sila, where it's just so easy for them to share data. So us in the academe, if we go dig deeper and we make use of this as a research opportunity, I tell you, there's a lot of data every day that our students are sharing. So actually, I would want to emphasize more on this one. So this is the relationship now of educational data mining. Of course, data mining is an aspect directly under computer science. Then our goal right now, like in the video, the example there was its application and relevance in business and telecommunication. But with my topic, it's more on how data mining has been applied in an educational setup and what is its significance here. So as you can see here, we have the big players. We have education, computer science, and statistics. So there's statistics, of course, because when we deal with data, we do treat this data and we do interpret the data that we get. Now, for education, this is both computer-based and, of course, the traditional. But if you're going to relate this with big data, mas dali good ang computer-based. Kay, di ba? Dali. Ayaw mo gano'n ko nabantayan, dali na kayo. And especially if, like, let me ask, ma'am, in your school, are you using, how are you doing your flexible learning right now? Are you into using a learning management system? Or you're using module? Or like, what's the platform that you are using?
Ma'am. There are modules and we are maximizing lang the Google Classroom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we have our LMS pero kwan siya dili na ma-fed. Dili pareha sa ka-organize sa Soul.
Okay. Because in the university we have two. Our Soul, this is what we are using. This is for our open online courses. But the ones used like for our students, it's called My Soul.
My Soul. Oh.
Yeah, so we have My Soul and Our Soul. So the My Soul is exclusive for our students, the enrolled students from basic from preschool. Even our preschoolers are using it. So from preschool up to the graduate level. The Our Soul, yes, ma'am.
Very nice. I really like My Soul.
Then ang Our Soul is the Our Soul is this is what you are using right now. But the two, in terms of the features that it provides in the organization, parihara sila. So, so it's like
Nag-hire mo og provider, ma'am?
This is actually a subscription with Blackboard Open LMS. The good thing lang with Silliman University. Blackboard. So the good thing lang, ma'am, with Silliman University, prior to the pandemic, we already have it. The difference lang is, prior to the pandemic, I think mga early 2012, na nag-give me the LMS. The thing lang is, for faculty members or the teacher, it's optional. You may or may not use it. So it's a matter of preference, ma'am. So if you are someone who's delivering your class the blended learning way, then we made use, Soul na yun na siya daan, ang name niya. So ang nahitabo is, but there are some who are using Google Classroom because we also have a subscription with Google. So we do have features beyond the basic. So prior to the pandemic, some teachers are using Google Classroom. So it's a matter of preference. Actually, kung asa sila komportable mo gamit, which application for them is more comfortable to present their class in a blended learning way, dito sila. So kami, like we are, like me and Ma'am Arcelo, I know you know Alfie Arcelo because she handled a lot of topics also in the previous one. Yes. Actually, we call each other twin. Twin ako daw. So anyway, since the two of us, we are the ones handling the TTL classes of the College of Education. We are the moment they are enrolled with us, they are already trained how to use Soul. So ang nahitabo prior to the pandemic, ma'am, not all our students were using Soul. But despite that one, the university really invested billions for this one, which is, I think, a blessing in disguise, because when the pandemic happened, it was not much of a big transition for all of us. So what we ground zero sa pandemic, the very first case was like, it started with Dumaguete, katong Chinese from Wuhan province. Dili gusto sila nagsuroy-suroy. So when dito sa nagsuri-suri, pero sa Manila to sila detect na positive di ay sila. But actually, dili gito nag-start, dili sila sa Dumaguete nag-tour. So ground zero me, so even if wala kami cases sa Dumaguete, the university already like somehow made a plan if this thing will, because nagsugod naman to siya, di ba, sa China, dagan and everything. So since we already have a stable or like we already have the subscription man with the LMS, ang amurang double time was the massive upskilling of the faculty. Kay not all man ang gagamit. So ang amo ano lang ato is ang massive upskilling na lang yun ang among gi-focus maayo, and that is the main responsibility of the office of Dr. Marshall, kani Office of Silliman Online University Learning. So prior to the pandemic, wala pa ning office ni sir, but when the pandemic happened, this office was like created to focus more on the upskilling and of course our platform. So yes, our platform was already in place prior to the pandemic, and that is why like also in the College of Computer Studies, we are aware about data mining and stuff because we are dealing with lots of data. Because of amo ang TTL pud Ma'am Warly, we are into service learning. So our adapted community is DepEd. DepEd Dumaguete Division. Oo. Hindi ba naman na sila part ang mga bata? So one teaching pedagogy that we are also very passionate about in Silliman University is service learning. So ang among TTL, kabalo they need to know this one kay para at least makita po nila ba nga lahi ra gyud di ay if knowledgeable ka with the tools. So, namin service learning na daan, and we are dealing with lots of data yun every semester. Kaya like, we conduct one service learning sa first sem and another in the second semester. So, this data is usually processed. Yeah, murag, nice man gud siya. Kaya you could somehow see the trends, tungkol sa maayo, and with educational data mining man gud, makita ni mo like, of course, especially with ICT tools, the tool that might be like helpful right now or very useful right now may not be the trend in the upcoming months. So pas-pas kayo ang change in terms of technology. So pas-pas yun siya, like the in thing right now, like a few months after, wala na siya. Murag in so for us also to be able to provide sa service learning with DepEd the appropriate tools, we usually do educational data mining, and that is of course with the leadership of Dr. Marshall. He is really very passionate about data mining, data analytics, and of course service learning. So being part also and being the teacher of TTL, medyo na-expose po ko nga, hala, this is one way for us to be able to know what we need to offer the following school year. Hindi mo siya pwede mga like karon, nag-train me sa mga DepEd about Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We could not always do that every year because like the following year, DepEd mismo, they also have their own trainings. So with educational data mining, somehow it helps us see the pattern and for us to better prepare what other tools we could like include in the service learning with DepEd. So muna siya ang ako nakita na beauty with educational data mining. And also EDM is very close with learning analytics. So I think si Ma'am Ann, you're into research?
Opo, ma'am.
Yeah, kabalo ko kay Dean. Di ba ikaw may Dean sa Arts and Sciences? So kabalo ko, you're into.
Ito si Ma'am Temi.
Si Ma'am Warpod, ma'am. Research gapon siya.
Okay. Ako also, it's actually Dr. Marshall who really like influenced and like encouraged me most of the time to really set aside time for research. So I actually mentored din siya. I'm learning a lot actually from him. That's why I specified that one because with EDM, this is closely like especially in the educational setting, this is closely where iyang partner si learning analytics. Kaya di ba, we usually would look into our learners. We are usually after our goal yun is achievement of our learners. So para ma-prepare nato sila maayo. So EDM is very close with learning analytics. Actually, Dr. Marcia conducted workshops before that is focused on learning analytics. Pero with my topic, I just only like touch what it's about. But if learning analytics into research, daghan jud kay pwede ma'am nga makuha nga data. It's another siya nga very interesting topic to talk about. Right now lang, I would just like to stress that if you are into EDM, then mas una niya, murag makafocus po ka to learning analytics. Okay. Sige, so muna siya ang main areas involved sa educational data mining. So it's a combination of computer science, statistics, and of course, education. Okay, it's educational data, that we are really going to like handle. But of course, may ka computer-based education because you need the tools. But of course, EDM mas daghan mahugang data if computer-based education. Kaya di ba na naka-repository na dito tanan.
Yes.
So kung katong traditional, di ba, we could not always expect lisod bang good di mo i-gather ang mga hard copies, di ba? Mas dali, like a grade book. Kato pa man ang mga record book na sulat-sulat, so that could be a source of data, but it's educational data mining is easier with computer-based education. So murag iyahaning twin or duol niya si learning analytics. Okay. This one here, so these are the different areas actually where we could apply educational data mining. So there is analysis and visualization of data. Again, you will be taught how to do data visualization, ang next topic with Sir Jade Montemayor. You will learn a lot there, and that's why nag-una ko para you will be able to appreciate why you need to know about his topic. So his topic is more on application. Then, of course, providing feedback for supporting instructors. This is also one thing, di ba? And, of course, it's given, manggod, our students are most of the time subjective. So, if, like, for example, si Ma'am Anna, especially, I think we could relate with each other. We are administrators. There's always like, it's very, maglisod pa ganito, sa ato pag-feedback sa estudyante, sa ato ang faculty.
Teacher, yes.
Oh, like, listen siya, ma'am, di ba?
Oo, syempre, nabi ito yung respeto sa ila, masig ma-offend or kuan, gid na.
Yes. So that's also one of my challenge, ma'am. Kaya like, I would get the feedback from the student. How am I going to break this? Okay ra og nanindot na feedback. But katong mga feedback ba nga medyo ma-stress tag-appeal, it usually is difficult. How are we going to like talk this feedback with the teacher? So with data mining, yun mo siya nga atong gamitan, and then di ba ato ipakita sa teacher, murag kintahay ba, murag sigway nato nga to break it gently to the faculty. So data mining could be used for that aspect. And also recommendations for students. Like, I think especially right now, we have a lot of students who are not yet sure what they would want to really pursue in terms of career. So, naiuba nila, enrolled sila karon kay ganahan ang parents, or enrolled sila because of peer pressure. But we as their instructors, we sometimes notice nga murag kaning bata mas bagay man siya diri. So for us to be able to somehow provide the factual information to that student and guide nato siya, educational data mining could be applied there. Then I think kaning predicting student performance. This is also one very important area that EDM is very useful. Why? Especially now with the pandemic, dahan kay pasangil atong estudyante nga nag-anxiety, depression, di ba? Para nila ba ang that is what I usually with my students. Dili gani ka submit ang rason dayon kay nag-anxiety. Kanang mga ingana murag they are more sensitive right now.
Lost connection.
Lost connection, dayon. Kaya murag it's easy for them to claim na so murag especially kung yung nag-anxiety sila, ang ako nabantayan na gusto sa students nowadays, those terms, anxiety and depression, murag ilan na naghihimong rason. Isag wala gud sila anak.
Oh, wala.
Diba? Oo, okay, like, I mean, like during our time, kanang yaga-yaga, murag, I mean, bullying is like, you do that with your close friends. Sila karon kay lahi ilahang lantaw with that kind nga kanang murag ano ka, very sensitive ang mga teens. And that's also, I don't know I think technology plays a major technology is a major factor to that, why our learners are like that. So with EDM, we could somehow help predict the performance of our students. If we would really want them to succeed, then pwede na to sila inunaw mo ni maayo ka dinhi and so on. Then of course, student modeling. Then kanil po siya, this is another challenging, and of course, together with our guidance office, kaning detecting undesirable student behaviors. Kay, di ba, like, ang mental health daw na amang na siya, and usually, daghan po na siyang mga sub-kuan na maka-contribute to the behavior of the student. And especially right now, nga virtual ta, lahi ra gyud ang experience pag observe nato sa behavior sa atong student ug atong during the face-to-face. I don't know if you do agree with me, but muna ko nabantayan, mas dali na ko ma-profile, as it's easier for me to get to know my students behavior-wise when I'm seeing them in the classroom.
Yes, tinuod yun, ma'am.
You could see how they interact with their classmates. You could see right away their reactions when you present them with your discussion. With the virtual now, pwede man sila, dili man to ma-force po ang students to switch on their camera. So we don't know when we are discussing online or while we are doing our synchronous session, na mina pa ba ning bataan eh? Diba? Or,
Tama yun.
Oh, marag di mo, ma'am.
May nga nga, are you still there?
Or kana siya nga question, ma'am, di na siya mawala every time we discuss, di ba?
Are you still following me?
Oo, ayaw mo So wala, dili po ta, it's difficult also for us to like, of course, dahan na kayo mo come in nga mga undesirable nga kuan. So EDM that's one also area where EDM could be applied. And of course, grouping students. Kay, di ba, we are like profiling them virtually right now, and EDM would be very useful for us to be able to group them according to the capabilities. And kaning social network analysis, so very relevant yun. Kaya itong mga estudyante, they're very vocal in Twitter, Facebook, di ba, Instagram. So usually, like as teachers, we know that we are presenting them a very difficult topic and we are struggling. One way for us to check their reception to that specific topic would be Twitter. Kaya maklaro man na kayo, mag-tweet naman nila dito, lisuda po, oy, di ba na si mga hashtag. Oh, our students are into that karon, di ba? They're so vocal ng mga ingana. And of course, the other three would be developing concept maps, constructing courseware. This is more on sa atuan na, and then planning and scheduling. So these are the areas that I have included, though there are other areas, but these are the common areas where EDM could actually be applied. So I'll be discussing lang 4. Though it's not limited actually to 4, but kung siya ang pinaka 4 main applications of educational data mining. And I have also included here the techniques. So if, for example, if you would want to do analysis and visualization of data, then of course, ang technique for you to do that is statistics and visualization of information. So again, I mentioned a while ago that you will be doing this with topic 3. So I think you're gonna make use of Excel. So dili ta kinahanglan mo subscribe, nagmahalon, or what. Bro, I think si Ma'am Anna is familiar with SPSS since you're into research.
Yes po.
Si Ma'am Heidi, si Ma'am Pemi, ang tatunaw, wala man nakapil. Research director.
Actually, in my dissertation, I used SPSS because my topic was to create a model.
Okay.
Model.
Create kag model. Muna, pala ba siya
Yes.
mahal, ma'am? Mahal ka
Oh,
ayo.
Gisharean lang mi sa kauban namo.
Actually, one half of the record na may pirated. Pero of
Ah.
course, hindi ko download na. Naman siya. I mean, di ba, kanang mga, naging kamaura kita, mangitag paagi. Pero we could not
Agi.
also share that to our students. But I know you're familiar with SPSS. So if analysis and visualization of data, ma'am, SPSS. But I think with the topic with Sir Jade Montemayor, you'll be using Excel. So at least makakita ka, pwede na gina siya sa Excel. Dali na gina siya.
Data
Because
analysis.
Excel actually, oo, dali, kuha na gina ang Excel, daghan siya. Another application would be, kanigi siya, very important to us, predicting student performance. Because we are always very particular with the performance of our student. Especially nga, it's given na ibang ginikanan, nga, manulong yun nato nga anong nahagbong man akong anak, anong di naman yung ma-order akong anak. So, di ba, on our end, we could always like make use of regression analysis and classification to help us predict the student performance. And for this particular application, there are a lot of techniques actually that could be used. And these techniques are actually data mining techniques na ginadaan sila. So daghan sila kaayo. So it's just a matter of preference which among these techniques dali ra gamiton or actually para nato mas dali siya. That's why I said earlier, if you talk about EDM, daghan jud kayo siyang applications but daghan po kayo siyang techniques. But of course, we are not expected to know all of them. At least we are aware that these applications with EDM exist and this are the corresponding techniques for this specific application. So if we are into region, ganahan ta mo to i-look into, then siguro we could somehow identify usa may maayo nga technique nako gamiton. And that's where, because like especially right now, a lot of resources about these techniques are available online. So ato na lang ikuan dito, tanaw na siya. Asay may mas dali nimo magamit and kanang murag easier pod siya nga ma-implement siya. Kay usually when we do research, naputay time frame na, di ba, i-follow. So, again, it's a matter of preference asa ani nila. But tapon na sila yung mga specific unique characteristics po ang techniques. The third one is for grouping students. When you talk about grouping students, it's based on ilang customized features, ilang personal characteristics. So, this is one application of EDM also. Aside, this one usually is in tandem with predicting the student performance. Kaya diba, usually, ang performance ng sa estudyante, affected po siya, especially, like, I have attended a conference last Saturday, and it was emphasized there that, not actually, and also during our live session with another open online course that we do conduct right now, the speaker mentioned that one key that we could do to somehow help our students during this flexible learning setup that we do have right now is collaboration. So it would be better if we do give them learning activities where they work with their classmates. Kaya diba sa face-to-face manggod, for us to like really evaluate or assess the student, murag rare kay mo group work. Usually mga individual, di ba? Pero karon daw na pandemic, mas helpful, mas mo work if i-group nato ang students, they do collaborative work. Kay para pud kita pud mismo dili pud kay tama, di ba? Murag, and there's ilang bitang interaction kay virtual na lahi magutong sa classroom nga makasuri-suri sila. So at least that's also one way for them to like get to know each other. So if we are gonna do that, so mao ni siyang grouping of students. And these are the different techniques for that. And the last one is student modeling. So this application actually aims to characterize the student and like this, even if we've been teaching the same course for like how many years, we always like every time we handle it, dili magina siya the same. Diba? We usually do profile our students. We usually adjust our teaching pedagogy to be suitable to the type of students that we do have. So for example, ako, I've been teaching networking, but even if, or like sometime I've been teaching the same subject, but each time I handle the subject, lahi ra gyud siya. So student modeling is very important para somehow we could also adjust our teaching processes nga suitable po siya with our current students in that semester. And the technique that we could use here is we have social network analysis. So dili mo come into play ni silang Facebook. Kani ba itong mga estudyante, kaning mga millennials, they're very vocal yun in social networks. Murag kung like mag-Google Meet ta nila, di pa gina maningog kaayo. Dili kayo na. Yeah, wala. Camera
Wala
off
yun.
pag yun. O, dili mo tingog. Pero maglantaw ka sa chat, busy ka dito sa chat.
Busy.
Yes. Na sila ilang kaugalingong GC nga wala kay laptop pill.
Yes, wata kabalo ma'am, gilibak data dito.
Lagi kay
Oh,
para sa
yan.
akong anak ma'am, na sila GC day nga walay apil ilang maestra niya. Sige paminaw naka-off cam pero sige message dito sa ilang GC. Ay,
mo.
nana din yung buhaton ha.
Nakakuha kang idea, ma'am.
Nakuha
Muna
ko idea.
Muna ako in my classes, it's a blend of asynchronous and synchronous. So I'm usually into pre-recorded lectures and then I do meet them synchronously for knowledge deepening. So dili man siya, though there are some professors in the university nga kada session synchronous gyud. I'm not really into that considering daghan kaayo.
Ako, inana gyapon ko ma'am na pre-recorded gyapon ko.
Oo, then mag-meet me, knowledge deepening na. So, for example, in one unit, 4 ka topics, usually mo meet ko na nila at the 4th topic na. Mo require gyud ko ma'am nga webcam on. Ako na sa inyo, dili mo na permi magkita. So, gimingaw na ko ninyo mag-webcam on. Siguro ko ma'am, kay lisod kayo like, naka-try ko nga. Di ba, of course, we do give them an option nga, dili on ang camera. Nagsige na kong call sa estudyante, wag yun ni tingog. Every day, nakatulog na siya niya.
Nakatulog.
Nakatulog na siya while nag-discuss. Ang i-chat na lang, ingon na lang ang ihang classmate nga, kaya nag-chat daw sila na sila gising ilang kaugalingon, ingon daw siya nga sleepy siya kaayo. So, since ako sang giingnan, I think you would understand if I would require you to like switch on your webcams because we only see each other once in a while. So at least dili po ta mingaw kay sa bali pa lang may nakag-istorya ma'am niya ending di wala na mingaw.
Wala din namin na.
Naglakaw-lakaw na din lang, padayon lang.
Padayo lang, wala na dito ma'am ba. So una akong mga realizations ba yapon. And then another thing, while you are discussing there, they're so silent, no reaction, pero pag check mo sa Facebook, sa Twitter, daghan ng reaction dito mga lisod.
Updated kayo.
Lisod kayo, parang kita, di man ta millennial, we also need to like upgrade ourselves para makaano na silang mga strategies. So these are the 4 applications. Then, ingon si ma'am nga big data. Of course, the data mining came into being because of big data. And big data is actually a result of the technology that we do have right now. So, mo ni siya. But I think I would focus more here na lang. These are the stages. So there's data collection. Of course, in the setting that we do have right now, data collection could be logs or like our LMS actually is a very rich repository of data. And even like you mentioned, Ma'am Warley, you're using Google Classroom.
Yes,
Your Google Classroom is a very rich repository of data actually.
Yeah.
So, but not unless you analyze that data there, dili kayo siya may mong facts, dili siya wala kayo siyang value, di ba?
Yeah.
So all that data is just sitting there. You have to do data analysis to make it relevant. And para ma-present mo siya, that's why data visualization, which is the next topic after me. So if you talk about the big data landscape, daghan siya actually, ma'am, and this is changing every year. So what might be the latest trend or the in thing right now, dili siya mo'y in a few like months lang, di na po siya mao. Since we're running, okay, for education, so mao ni siya, if you try to take a look here, the significance of big data and education. This is more or less related to the different application areas of EDM that I did mention a while ago. So mo ni ang gamit ni big data and education. So we're pressed with time. So as I mentioned, there's data being collected. Not unless we analyze that data, that's the time na i-value ang data. And that's where research comes in. Let me share the tools na lang. Okay. But some of the tools here, na siya mga like temporary lang, 30 days free. Pero if maganahan mo, inyo siyang i-subscribe. Pero with a 30 months na free period, paano siya? Ano na ang feature? So, sa ato na end for teaching na ay may lesson planner, then kaning the lesson plan creator, I have included actually the links. So, in case you are interested to like somehow take a look at this teaching analytic tool, you could visit their website. So actually, ma'am, the last topic for my lesson is all about the tools. So daghani sila, and I have included the home like the website for these tools. Kay basin di ay ug ma-interested mo to get to know them and use them. Because you're especially si Ma'am Ana nga administrator, kabalo ko si Ma'am Ana is for a Pretag mindset, we are looking into the performance of our students, the performance of our faculty. So,
Yes.
medyo, magamit yun na siya. Dayon, especially pag napagod tayo board course, ma'am, di ba? Sa mo ang pressure.
Ang Edo, sila ni Ma'am Morley.
Oh,
Nanay
si Ma'am
lang.
Warley. Una kami, Ma'am Warley, di ba ang TTL na ay FS, Feasibility Study?
Yes,
Na siya,
ma'am.
ika fourth unit nya kato mag-check ta atong note ilahagaling book galing ma'am nga si Ana. So murag pressure biya pud siya no. But anyway, okay, so one tool here is data Excel. So I will not like this is just like an introduction. You will have more of this with Sir Jade Montemayor. Ako lang gusto you try this one, the text analyzer. This is a free actually. So among the tools here, kaning mga last few akong gi-include mo ni mga free nga analyzer tool. So kaning text analyzer, for example, you have di ba tinghatag tag essay sa atong students, you could make use of this one to analyze the frequent phrases and the frequency of words used by our student. Free ra ni siya, ma'am. You could just simply go to ako pong gi-include diri ang URL. So just have to click the URL, magamit na dayon siya diretso. This is an online tool actually, so internet dependent, internet connectivity dependent po ni siya. Ang nindot ma'am, kaning di ba I mentioned about Twitter, kana ilang kuan. Kaning sentiment based, free ra pud ni siya ma'am. So for example, kabalo kang nosebleed sila sa imong topic of discussion kay lisod. So ganahan ka makabalo sa majud ilang reaction ani kay dili man kana sila mo storya gyud while like in depth.
Okay, nice.
You use this one ma'am, libre ra pud ni siya. So makita nimo ko tweet sentiment visualization. Kay kabalo ko wala tay estudyante nga walay Twitter. Murag sila so this is one
Ako
way.
ma'am, wala ko'y Twitter, ma'am.
Nauna pa sila.
Hindi ko
Nauna pa
kabaluan na.
Warley, parihata. Though I am in the field, I mean with the college of public, but I'm not really into social media. I do have a Facebook account, but I'm not posting most of the time. Very particular with what I share sa Facebook. And then I don't have
Facebook
Instagram.
Yeah,
I don't
parehata.
have Instagram. I don't have Twitter. But I'm an avid user of Messenger.
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
ma'am. Same here.
Oo.
Ay, pa dahil sa Because of Soul, na then may get a professor.
Yeah.
Kaya ko.
Daghan kay binatunan actually sa soul.
Oy, ma'am, wala ninyo gamit ako ang Mentimeter. Ako ba ito nag-discuss sa
Uy,
Mentimeter?
ma'am! You always ka nagagamit. Mentimeter
Nagamit
ka
ka,
mo.
ma'am.
Gusto niya ito,
Nga, ang
ma'am. Nagantay ko
Mentimeter,
sa
diba?
Yes.
H5P, pero
It's 5P.
pero ang problema kay, di man ako siya makuan sa Google Classroom. Dito, ma'am.
Ang Mentimeter, kay dali ra siya, ma'am. Dali ra ang
Yes, Mentimeter, ma'am,
diba?
pero na-mente.
Yeah, ako nabantayan po sa mga estudyante ko, mag-mentimeter ka, kabalo man sila, di ka kabalo, kinsa sila. So usually, like at the end of my lesson, I would ask them, okay, usilang sentiments, ay dali, kay dito mo question, may nga, kaya di mo nakabalo, kinsa sila. Pero, tawgon ni mo, okay, any questions, clarifications, di yun, maningog.
Walay
Di
mo
maningog.
tingog.
Wala mo tingog, pero imo ingnon, okay, go to menti.com and then you, kada mo nag-imo sa pautan, ay daghan kayo musulod, na questions. Ikaw kanit yung mga bata, pero Twitter, gusto na sila.
Ug kayo.
Trending dayon. So kaning sentiment based ma'am, gamit na siya ma'am. Kuan siya, free ra siya. Nga, this is a sentiment analyzer actually. So dito na to makita unsa mo gyud sentiment atong mga estudyante atong lesson, nosebleed ba gyud sila, nalipay sila or wala. So
Or wala.
yeah.
Mas malipay sila gaway klase.
Ay, mo gyud. So anyway, I think that wraps
I-try
up
na ko ni
my-
ma'am. Kanis siya nga link ba?
Oo. Actually na ang link, ma'am, and then napo na siya, you could download man the PDF of my presentation. So as together with the videos, there's a PDF. You could just simply click
yes.
the link there. Oo.
Downloaded na.
Wow. So I hope do you have questions or like clarifications? I hope I'm able to contribute something new
Yes.
with the topic assigned to me. For
Yes,
this
ma'am. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Big
And then-
data na siya, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ang imong na-contribute is already a big data.
So, i-data mine na nato na siya, ma'am, para
Oo,
may mo
di
siya
ba?
relevant.
Social na kaya ngalan karon data mining. Sa
Oo.
una, mag-research ra. Karon data mining na.
Oh, dagan kay ma'am, no? Bitaw, in
Panagid
reality,
siya, ma'am. Information overload.
information overload. Pero ano, ma'am, with all the tools that you have presented in this upskilling open online course, of course, kung asa ka, kung sa imong preferred na tool, you focus there. Because we could not, di ba, di naman magupod maayo nga, murag, daghan kitang gigamit na, niya, kita mismo, murag, puro na siya, like, diri lang dapit. So, kung asa ta mas komportable, and of course, we have different fields, kung asa, to which tool we see nga very gamit good in terms of our teaching pedagogy of choice, you master that tool. Muna ako, that's why ako, wala ko Twitter, wala ko Instagram, I'm not into that. I do have Facebook, but I rarely post in Facebook. But I check Facebook every day para somehow updated. Usa may mga kasikas. But, because I'm
Diba?
so mindful with data privacy.
Yes.
Walang, ano na siya. Any questions, ma'am, or clarifications?
Wala na, ma'am.
ini-
Thank you kayo,
anyway.
ma'am.
Thank you kayo, good ma'am.
Salamat
Ay,
kay
Thanks
kayo.
po yan. Always a pleasure. And we thank you po for attending the session today. Abi na kog masad ko kay wala ko attend.
Napaugma, ma'am, no?
Yeah, until Thursday. The last topic will
Ay,
be
okay.
Thursday. Then I think next week is devoted to all of you finishing the activities. The moral
Ay, tama.
community-
Nada
Oo.
ko'y concern sa activity, ma'am, ba kay syempre mga beginners pa dili gid siya ingon nga as in nice gigayo ang kuan, okay ra ka to, ma'am? Kanang una
Yeah,
lang
as long as-
come up lang me.
okay
Like
na,
ako?
ma'am. Okay na, good na. Oo. As
Thank
long
you.
as mabuhat ng activity, we don't really look into how sophisticated is the submission is. It's more on how it's done. Muna mo
Okay.
ang more, nga. Nagamit yun siya, ma'am. Nagamit
Yes, yes.
siya. Nagamit siya, and then you're able to appreciate while you're doing the activity.
Okay,
So,
thank you so
ayan.
much,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Kaya last week ay kuan. Ang news ako last week ay orchid.
Yes,
Naday Wala na di orchid.
Ay, Orchid. Daghan. Actually, ma'am, if you talk about tools that we could use with the flexible learning setup that we do have right now, there are a lot of tools, yun.
Lagi ka nang since week 1, week
One.
2 ana. Eh, di ba na, there are ka nang lots of tools nga enumerated sa mga last slides niya.
So,
Ipang visit na ko siya. There are some nga free niya. Very nice ang mga features. Hello, kalamihan niya pero wala kay time mag-explore.
Mogi na siya,
Pero
ma'am.
nice
Kay-
gid siya, ma'am. Daghan kayong nice akong na-visit nga mga concept mga ilang. So, need gid siya nga i-download ang PowerPoint kay para ma-visit ra nimo kung na kay time.
When the need
So, thank you,
arises, when the need
Yes,
arises,
diba?
at least na kay go to, di ba?
Anay pang bago
Yes.
nga pang backup nga makatingalahan nga tools.
Bigati na kayo.
Diba niya? At least wala itong mga estudyante, kay Brad, karon mo nga tool imong gigamit. Expected
Ah.
magula natin mga estudyante magbalik-balik kung enroll na to. Lahi na po na tool, di ba? So, di na po sila, di ba? Di pa manigihapon, di ba? So, lahi na po, bago na po,
Lahi na
na-excite na
po.
po sila. Ma-excite. So,
Yes.
ano na siya to, i-mix lang na to para dili, to somehow, monotony. Kay, kakas mga estudyante, karon ganahan gid silang gamify perme. Wala ko nabantayan na yun. Dili
Mas
kay mo work.
ma-focus sila kung gamification ang gigamit.
Yes, yeah. Gusto mo participate sa mutag dili mahibawan ang ilang identity nga sila di ay ito. Wala ko nabantayan with my students kay I'm handling the first year karon and then they are the biggest population. So we do have a whole person education na class. Ako na notice if you ask them, webcam di ko na maningog. Pero pag mag-Mentimeter na may any questions or clarifications, okay, this is the code. Ay, daghan na kayo nang musulod ba? Tagbo na po nung tubag, binansa. Kinaghan naman kayo silang questions dito. But anyway, I think that's what's so fun with the profession that we do have, di ba? It's one way to keep us young because we're always dealing with the young generation. Anyway, I do hope you're going to apply the tools that I have shared here. Especially, ma'am, kaning sentiment-based, nindot yun siya. Para
Amo ni explore, ma'am.
Explore na mo, ma'am.
So ang text analyzer or kaning sentiment based
Sentiment
sila yung
based.
mga mga free tools sila nga to confuse. Okay, so I think that's it for our knowledge deepening session. I had fun interacting with you both Ma'am Warly and Ma'am Anna. I
Thank
do
you,
hope we could
ma'am.
see each other because I do have relatives actually in Cagayan.
Wow!
Anyway, ma'am, thank you so much for
Thank you
attending this
also,
session, and I
Ma'am
do hope you
Joy,
will
for
continue
sharing your
exploring.
kuan.
Yes, and I do hope you will continue exploring and using the tools that you have learned in this entire 8 weeks of learning with us.
Yes, thank you so
University.
much, ma'am.
Thank you gid kayo
Ayaw, di siya
sa inyong
kalimti,
team.
ma'am. So, bisag mahuman na ta, gubak na
Yes, kana gid ma'am. Mo
downloadable.
gina akong purpose nga nung every time mag-download gid ko kay lucky as the need arises na.
Yes,
naday kay
as the
mag-
need arises, na kay go-to link. Di ba?
Yes.
And, ma'am,
Thank
please
you
do
kayo
watch
ma'am kay inyo ning gibuhat nga koan.
Yeah,
Online
also,
upscaling.
Kami po, it's always a pleasure niya. Ako personally, na-enjoy sad ko sharing whatever knowledge I may have to all of you. See you sa culmination pohon.
Pohon. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay? Bye!
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye and stay safe.